Two big hearings on Capitol Hill this week as House Republicans make good on their campaign promises to investigate the Biden administration. The GOP-led Oversight Committee will be hearing from several patrol agents on border security. That's on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, former Twitter executives will testify about the Hunter Biden laptop story and how it was suppressed on social media. Let's bring in Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs. He's a member of the House Judiciary and Oversight Committees. Thank you for being here, Congressman. Let's just begin right away with this hearing on Tuesday on the border crisis. What can we expect to hear specifically on that day, and any new revelations that we could maybe expect?
Well, I think what you're going to hear from Chief Modlin and Chief Chavez, who are sector chiefs of Tucson RGV, respectively, you're going to hear them talk about the very different natures of their sectors. You're going to hear them talk about the increasing number of gotaways, both known and unknown. And you're going to hear them produce the administration's narrative that the number of encounters is going to go down. And I think that's true numerically, but categorically, you're just changing the filter from where people are coming. So whether it's the new parole program, so we're going to talk about the new parole program and the abuse of the old parole program as well, and their lack of authority for that, as well as just the sheer numbers of people coming across. And Brian, whether it's 150,000 or 250,000, it indicates pretty clearly that our border is anything but secure.
Hovering over this entire committee and these hearings will be the DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. You have been leading the charge on pushing for his impeachment in 2021. You filed the first article of impeachment of dereliction of duties, and just this week, another resolution from you saying that he should be impeached for committing high crimes and misdemeanors. We have heard from House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and other Republicans that say you're being a little bit premature here, that maybe you should let the investigation happen and then see if an impeachment probe happens, and then you do the articles of impeachment. What do you have to say to Republicans who say you're kind of putting the cart before the horse here?
Well, you can sit around and wait until we've just totally lost the border. Right now, our border is controlled by the Mexican drug cartels, and we have increasing human trafficking, sex trafficking, drug trafficking, and it's being done intentionally. There isn't anybody that's not going to say that this is being done intentionally, at least as far as having the border open and the ramifications. So I say, let's go ahead and get started. If you're ready, if you want to do an inquiry, let's do the inquiry. But if we're going to sit around and talk about it and not have any action on this to investigate and then proceed with normal due process rights for Secretary Mayorkas, then I think you're making a huge mistake, because we just don't have the time. We can't go for another 2 years with 5 million people illegally entering the country.
On Wednesday, there's a hearing on Hunter Biden and obviously the social media, the Hunter Biden laptop story. I know you're going to have social media executives. What can we expect to hear on Wednesday? And my other question on that is, do you have a response to the fact that Hunter Biden's lawyers have come out and are calling on the DOJ to launch investigations into the fact that his personal data has been shared publicly the way that it has?
I'll answer the second one first, if I can, Brian. Look, that seems oddly coincidental to the timing of Hunter Biden having been served by in the civil lawsuit by the gentleman who ran the computer repair shop that the computer was abandoned in. And I think that this is just kind of a distraction on the part of Hunter Biden. The second thing is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the coordination or collaboration, if you will, between DOJ, social media, and Twitter execs to basically suppress the Hunter Biden laptop in conjunction with the upcoming election of 2020. And we also want to know the extent of that collaboration. And I think that'll come out. I hope it'll come out. And there's just so much that's been released since Elon Musk took over Twitter that we're going to attack those tweets and that information that have come out as well.
And lastly, quickly here, Congressman, Ilhan Omar, the Democrat, voted off of the Foreign Affairs Committee. What's your response to that, considering you have Democrats pointing to Marjorie Taylor Greene in your party, who has said anti-Semitic things herself, who was also promoted onto a committee at the same time? What's your response to people calling the hypocrisy on that and the response to the vote? You're going to get hypocrisy allegations constantly, but let's not forget about this.
that Marjorie Taylor Greene's comments were made long before she came to Congress, number one. Number two, she was removed from her committees. Number three, so she paid her penance and she's back on. And number four, Ilhan Omar's comments came after she was a member of Congress. Additionally, Mr. McCarthy, Speaker McCarthy, is determined that she can't sit on the Foreign Affairs Committee because that deals directly with the issues that that Ilhan Omar was touching on. And so it seems like some kind of rational basis there for the action. But I understand this is the claim that this is political retaliation. And Brian, I work in a political place, and you're going to get political rhetoric all the time. And those are my responses.
Okay. Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs, thanks so much for joining us this Sunday.
Thanks, Brian.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.